Can I give you two instances where God rescued me from myself? When I was in junior high, I was like most teenagers in that I immediately knew everything, right? Those of you that have teenagers in your home, you know what I'm talking about. Regularly, I spent afternoons in detention. And I must say that with a little bit of pride, I tell you that my school actually wrote a new rule based on me. My school wrote a new rule that if you served 3 detentions in a row, you got demerits. And they wrote this rule when I had served 7 detentions in a row. I don't think it was a coincidence. I was suspended 11 times. I was on the brink of expulsion numerous times. I had 22 demerits, 26 got you expelled. And all of that punishment, all of those trips to the office, did not deter me at all. It didn't scare me. It didn't change me. But one Sunday when I was in the 8th grade, a choir visited our church. And they were singing about the cross and how Christ died upon it for our sins. And it impacted me. The love and kindness of God in His grace appeared to me. And at the end of that worship service, I went to the altar and I called out to Christ to forgive me of my rebelliousness and my arrogance, and it changed me. I went through high school still getting in trouble a little bit. But as I graduated from high school, I made the decision to attend Bible college, and I became impressed with how much of the Bible I knew. Became impressed with myself. And suddenly I felt, again, that call to straighten out other people. After all, I'm serving God faithfully. I know His Word. And it didn't hit me how familiar it was to the arrogance of my days in junior high and the rebellion of that time. It didn't strike me how familiar it was. You see, as a teenager, I was rebellious. As a young man, I was self-righteous. And in both instances, I was lost in my sin. I was lost in my pride and my arrogance. And in both instances, I needed to have God rescue me. And this morning, if you are just awash in brokenness and sin and your life is messy, you need God to rescue you. Or if you are on the straight and narrow path and people look at your life and they are impressed and you are so proud of yourself, but you're yet empty, you need God to rescue you. When Paul came to Christ, he wasn't some criminal. He was a religious elite man. But he was lost and he needed to be rescued. You see, what makes a Christian different is not our righteousness, it's God's grace.